Now we can just relax and converse and eat food, right?
Yep. Yeah.
On this episode of Finding Festivals, we're immersing in Indian culture,
No other instrument has that honor.
learning about the diversity of Cleveland,
There's over 120 different ethnic groups living in Cleveland.
and trying mochi for the first time. Additionally, we'll explore these must-dos in Cleveland, Ohio. Join me at the second largest Thyagaraja Festival in the world.
Hi, I'm Haylie Robinson, and I'm a former festival queen turned executive producer. Yeah, kind of a career change. If you want to learn more about Finding Festivals, connect me on social media, and get a sneak preview of Season 2, then check out the links in my description below. As always, friends, I advocate for you to keep finding festivals and enjoy the show.
In Northeast Ohio is the city Cleveland, which is home to
The prettiest grocery store, performing arts, the West Side Market, and over 120 ethnic groups.
What brings us to the city is the largest Indian classical music festival outside the country, India.
The Thyagaraja is an annual event that celebrates the classical works in performing arts. Artists and competitors from around the globe flock to this festival. Before diving into South Asian culture, I wanted a better understanding of Cleveland's heritage. Angie from the Cleveland History Center is here to fill me in.
We're standing in the Haylie Mansion, and the house is open for guided tours. So this house was built in 1911. The Western Reserve Historical Society started in 1867, right after the Civil War, over 150 years old. We started actually downtown, in downtown Cleveland, and then we moved closer to what we are in today, the neighborhood we're in today called University Circle. And we were first a library, but then we started collecting things. And as we collected more things, we needed more room. So we purchased this house. The museum purchased this house in 1935. So to think it was built in 1911, we bought it in 1935. We've lived here longer than any family, but it was meant as a family home. So today we have an 8-acre complex that includes a library, which is the third largest genealogy research repository in the country.
Oh, wow.
Significant for history research, genealogy research. We have a Crawford Auto Aviation Museum with 2 floors of collection of airplanes, cars, motorcycles, boats. Then we have the Euclid Beach Park Grand Carousel that you can ride, and it was built in 1910.
You can ride it though.
You can ride it. I'm gonna make sure you ride today. Absolutely.
Okay.
Over 100-year-old carousel, all original. Think about how many butts have been on those horses. But you can ride it today. Anyone that was born and raised in Cleveland before 1969, they will come back and say, I remember riding this as a child.
You're really encompassing all of Cleveland history, which is no small feat.
Right, it's hard, and we can't do it all in one space, and we can't do it all at the same time. So we're constantly changing our exhibits and showcasing different voices. One of the questions we ask when we're interpreting Cleveland history is, who's Cleveland?
In your eyes, who is Cleveland?
Oh, it depends on who you ask. Cleveland really does encapture the American experience. It is a snapshot of, I think, and many I hear on our team talk about that we are a reflection of the nation. We are such a diverse community. There's over 120 different ethnic groups living in Cleveland.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll say this, I think just the Midwest in general, people don't know that that kind of cultural diversity lives here, but that's just in Cleveland.
Just in Cleveland.
Oh my goodness. So kind of what does that look like?
Each community, when you have immigrants, migrants who come, they tend to live together. They have shared experiences, and they start to create a neighborhood. Asiatown is where many of the early immigrants from Asia came, and they started businesses and services to support each other, shared languages, and they lived together, and so they created this neighborhood. The neighborhood certainly has diversified with other businesses, but if you want to go somewhere to get the best Asian food, you go to Asiatown.
You've shared, I mean, it sounds like you could almost, travel the world without a passport in the comfort of your car and just taste your way through the different cultures here in Cleveland.
Yes. Yes.
With a little more background on Cleveland and an empty stomach, I'm heading to Asiatown to get some sweet bites. While in the neighborhood, I met with locals Karis and Deepa to chat about the community and cultural events.
So Asiatown itself is a very diverse neighborhood. The highest concentration of Asian residents, over 30 to 40% within the neighborhood, as well as a high proportion of Latinx residents, Black residents, and white residents. There's a history of Eastern European folks in this neighborhood too. And Euclid Avenue, which runs right through the Midtown neighborhood, was actually the former trading routes for Native American tribes. So there are a lot of histories here in these neighborhoods that we work to uplift, celebrate, and to help people to feel connected, ultimately to create a space that feels more like home for anybody who desires to live, work, or spend time here.
Wow, it sounds like it's a lot of different ethnicities have walked within this neighborhood. And you had mentioned you celebrate, so in Asiatown there's a special event annually that people can attend.
Yes, so one of the hallmark events in Asiatown is the Cleveland Asian Festival. It's a celebration of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, which celebrates Pan-Asian cultures.
Talking to Karis about it, my daughter, what connected to her was when I was just recollecting when she was 7 years old, I believe, when she came, there were people who were playing traditional games that we play in our country, and it reminded me of the games that I grew up playing, but even though I didn't know this particular Asian game that they were playing, but then my daughter learned it and she wouldn't move from the place. So it was very nostalgic, just having those kind of similar experiences.
Your daughter is performing in the festival?
Yeah, she's performing in the Thyagaraja Aradhana. That's the annual festival. It's actually the largest outside of India. Very culturally relevant festival, especially connect our children, our next generation. Being first generation immigrant myself, this was the only window of opportunity that my daughter had when she was a 4-year-old to connect to those cultural talents from India. So that motivated her actually to become a classical dancer of her own.
So because of this one experience that really is your opportunity to get kind of dive in culturally, was inspired so much so to take it upon herself and learn the dancing.
Yeah, I would say Cleveland is rich in that sense. We have multiple Asian kind of festivals, but this one was specifically towards the classical part of, so I would say she's a classical dancer because of that, but Thyagaraja Aradhana definitely is really groomed her to become a dancer. I think Cleveland is rich in culture. These annual festivals really cheers us up. I look forward to those, and we make sure we work our travel plans around it so we don't miss it.
And now a message from our generous underwriters and donors.
Finding Festivals is brought to you in part by
Find some Lake Erie love? It's a sure thing. Learn how at shoresandislands.com and start an adventure today.
Toledo, more than you ever imagined. Learn more at visittoledo.org.
The Fort Wayne Museum of Art, Toledo Arts Commission, and by viewers like you. Thank you. Now back to the episode. Dance is the one art form that moves my soul. Tradition is embedded in every movement.
The name of the art form is Bharatnatyam. It is an Indian classical art form which is about almost 2,000 years old, and I'm the torchbearer of this tradition, being handed down from my teachers and from my gurus. It goes back a long way. And I train students, my family is involved, my daughter is a dancer, son is a percussionist, so it runs in the family, but I have also trained so many young dancers in the next generation who have been also interested and take the initiative to take it further in their pursuit.
What makes this particular style different or unique compared to the other traditional styles?
Today you saw a dance they were just dancing with sticks. That's a very folk type of dance that's done before a festival like this, just to bring the crowd in. And this is usually performed on the streets, like in a procession, like in a parade, where people would be all along, they would dance on the streets and everybody would come out of their homes and join it and then come to the venue where the actual performance would take place. So this type of dance is very typical of any festival, any religious festival, any parades, just absolute celebration by the community.
I was noticing even the ladies were moving their head ever so slightly, but it was always on rhythm, and I was astounded by that because I'm like, I don't think I would be able to count well enough to do that.
They are trying to recreate a dance that really happens from where this whole festival started in a place called Tiruvayyaru, where on the streets people would dance this and then the festival would start. So they're trying to create the same atmosphere and the same aura here.
The festival has officially kicked off and spans over 2 weeks. I can only imagine how many people it takes to organize this event. Co-founder Vivi filled me in on all that goes into the annual Thyagaraja Festival.
Got 100 volunteers, more than 100 volunteers. Every one of us identify ourselves only as a volunteer. There is no hierarchy here, absolutely no hierarchy. I may happen to be the person you talk to because I'm the face of the festival. I get on the podium, I give the speeches, welcome address, etc., etc. But it doesn't take away the importance of other people who are working with us. I happen to be the public face of the festival. Okay?
Well, you wear the job well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The festival started in 1978 in the basement of a church in Richmond Heights. We had less than 75 people. We had one program at that time. From there, it has been growing, and in 2019, from 75 people, it grew to 5,000 people. There was not a single auditorium here that could hold that many people. So we took the Olstein Center, which is the basketball stadium. Overnight, we built the stage on that, and we accommodated the people in that. From one program in 1978, today we put together more than 100 programs. People coming from Australia, I tell them that, hey, India is closer to you. Why don't you come to India? Why do you fly all the way to the United States? No, this is something very unique. This is where we want to be.
Out of anywhere in the country, to your point.
Right.
You not only made this festival, it's grown, and people from all over still choose to come here and make it part of their annual events.
Yes. More than 100 artists who are coming to the Cleveland got their visa appointments, got it stamped so that they could essentially travel in time for the festival.
I'm just kind of mind blown by what you said. You said over 100 artists internationally come in, and
from India alone.
India alone.
110 this year have come.
Wow.
I love the people who come here, and the interaction I have is unbelievable. Okay, there is a shared sense of purpose and joy, a sense of camaraderie, a lot of bonding that takes place.
We've learned that this event has kind of made its home here at Cleveland State University.
It's a wonderful opportunity for the entire university, but certainly the School of Music, for our students to be able to experience all of the culture and music that's quite different than what most of them experience.
What is your favorite part of this annual event?
I think there is this aspect of like, this has been in my home and family, like, you know, for me, for my whole life. And there's this brand that we've built, and it's not something which you could just watch somewhere and say, okay, here's this thing which you watch and it's just dance and music. When you come here, like, there's like an atmosphere. Usually at a show, you go there and then, like, you have your seat and you watch it and the people kind of leave and go. But here, like, in the audience is a bunch of artists too. And it's not just like any artist, like these are like the best, like the best in the field. And they're all here like experiencing the exact same thing with you.
It really puts everyone on the same playing level.
Yes, exactly.
In addition to professional performances, the Thyagaraja also serves as a competition for young performing artists.
So in every room, there are a minimum of 2 judges, and they particularly are specializing in that form of the music. So they are able to judge, and they not only judge, they also provide feedback to the children when they are taking part so that they can improve their musical knowledge.
Wow, so it's really an opportunity not only to present what you've learned, but also get better from the pros.
Exactly.
The look on the kids' faces when they actually know that they've won the competition. It is not easy to win a competition in this festival because it's highly competitive.
Indian classical music is distinctly rhythmic compared to Western compositions, which got me wondering, why? Sonia from the Cleveland Museum of Art shared a couple ideas that may be the inspiration behind the music.
Well, music plays a very foregrounded role in almost every religious and devotional context in all of historical India. But Shiva does hold this drum as one of his major attributes. And so he's the percussionist, I would say, and he beats the rhythm of time. And he also famously dances to the rhythm of time. The idea being that time is relentless. It is always going forward. And so time is embodied in this drum, and he, as the creator of the world and the destroyer of all things that are created, he holds the power of time itself.
Wow. I hope he doesn't stop beating that drum now.
As Lord of Dance, he dances to the rhythm of his own drum. Yeah, and in one of his hands he holds that drum, and in the other hand he holds the flame of destruction, and with his other two hands he shows you how he is going to save you from all the inevitable destruction that comes with time.
When did that piece get acquired by the museum?
Very early on in 1925.
Wow. And when does that piece date back to?
Oh, it's from the Chola period, so right around the turn of the first millennium, so right around 1000 CE of the Common Era. Yeah, and you can find out a lot about it at cma.org because all of the images and even 3D images are online, and they're free and they're open access and downloadable, and also you can come and see it for free in the galleries.
So wait, you can come for free and experience all of this culture?
Yes.
Wow.
It's always free. It was set up that way by our founders here in Cleveland.
That's miraculous. And this isn't a small museum. I mean, as we said, just this portion is 3 rooms full.
Right. Wow. Right.
Going through the gallery, there was another piece that you had mentioned that was kind of a whole little symphony.
Yes. And I love that tripartite. There's stair risers actually that were part of an ancient Buddhist mortuary complex that was sacred, with a sacred stupa in the center where the Buddha would have been venerated 2,000 years ago in what's present-day Pakistan. And that's a time when there was a tremendous amount of contact with the Mediterranean world and the Roman Empire, and merchants were coming through. And so these Buddhist sites were ornamented in ways that associated with people from other countries. And so we see these multi-ethnic musicians bringing different kinds of instruments and all processing together and dancing together in this procession coming to this Buddhist site. So you see stringed instruments, cymbals, people clapping, different kinds of drums, flutes being played, and it really is, speaking of festivals, it is such a joyous procession.
Music plays such an integral part, India has a national instrument. Seduced by the sounds of the string, I'm surrounded by Veena musicians who take pride in their instrument and culture.
I think in India, when we grow up, our tradition is such that we expose the children to the arts. So when I was very little, we were taken to concerts, and my parents and family introduced me to music. Something drew me to this instrument, and I started learning, and I was 6 years old when I began learning, just a few years ago. So it's not been too long.
I mean, what kind of makes this string instrument different from any other that we may have seen?
Okay, there's many things I can tell you. First and foremost, the 7 strings of the Veena used to be animal gut before, so now we have strings. So that is an evolution of this instrument. And I'm going to tell you about this fretboard. I'm not going to ask you what do you think it is, but I don't think you would think it's beeswax. That's what this is made of.
Really?
Yeah, this is beeswax, and this is what gives it the most unique fretboard and the tonal quality. Everything about this instrument is organic. It's jackwood.
Okay.
And it was animal gut, of course, now metallurgy and strings. This used to be an actual pumpkin.
Really?
In fact, this is an instrument that we just discovered from 1863. How often do you get a 160-year-old instrument in a performance? So the 7 strings, the beeswax, the dragon head, used to be pumpkins, now fiberglass and paper mache. This instrument has evolved. So the sound of the instrument comes from here. It's hollow inside, and it's been scooped out, jackwood, and available in plenty in tropical countries, which is why it is jackwood. And the beeswax fretboard makes it one of the most unique instruments. I'm proud to say it is the national instrument of India. That is something that nobody else has. No other instrument has that honor. Even though we'd love to share it, we're not going to. We are the national instrument of India. And around me you see members of my school, members of my community who are friends who practice the same instrument. So there are many people in this room who are here just to present this focused concert of the veena, the Saraswati veena, the national instrument of India, along with vocal singing and the mridangam, which is another instrument, the drum, which is as old as the veena, and both of them are like 2,000 years old. We are all here to play a concert called Veena Ganam. I will be directing the ensemble along with Thanjavur Muruga Bhupati, one of India's most well-known mridangam players, who's directing the drum ensemble. They all have brought their students from 7 different states in the US. My own school is based in Minnesota, but we have students from all around the country. And I just feel very blessed to be in this community where they value the arts as a connector. Not only has our level of performance grown, but our folks have understood the value of excellence, and we're always striving towards excellence, which is a moving target anyway. So this material, you have to remember so much. I would rather, because there's no music in front of them, you can see.
I was about to say, so this is all played by memory.
Yes, Indian classical music. Yes, Indian classical music is all internalized and performed without any music in front of you. So that is the beauty of Indian music.
For myself, that's giving me a heart attack because I need my notes and I need my cheat sheets. But this is all by memory.
Yes, each form, each genre of music has its own way of functioning. Indian classical requires you to internalize, memorize, and then perform.
Before leaving the city, there is one more place I have to visit.
The first garden was established in 1916. It was actually established as a celebration of William Shakespeare. It was dedicated to William Shakespeare. And then the city of Cleveland decided that why don't we honor all sorts of cultures that are represented here in Cleveland. And so that's how the cultural gardens were formed. They were officially formed in the 1920s and grew from there.
How many gardens in total that are represented here in the 2-mile radius?
There are 35 gardens that are built, and we have 11 more in development.
11. So this is going to be a sight to see and a great way to get your steps in, right?
A very good way to get your steps in.
Today, there are many cultures that are represented. There's over 120 ethnicities in the city of Cleveland. So there's a lot of thought and creation that goes into it.
Yes, and the gardens are dedicated to a vision of peace and mutual understanding. That is our motto, peace through mutual understanding. We try to help people who are not familiar with those cultures gain an understanding of those cultures through these gardens.
Right now, we're actually in the garden that is dedicated to India.
Yes. This is the India Cultural Garden. It's sponsored by the Indian community here in Cleveland, and this, of course, is Mahatma Gandhi. This garden was dedicated in 2005, and it was the first garden that had been built in about 20 years prior to that. Mahatma Gandhi's grandson was here for the dedication.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and these pillars that you see represent different aspects of Indian culture.
Okay, I was noticing that there were scripts on that.
They wanted to represent both the contributions that Indian people have made to the United States and to the world, but also their contribution, in the arts, technology, statesmanship, peacemaking, just in both the Cleveland community, Northeast Ohio, the United States, and the world.
That's all just to say within this part of the cultural gardens as a whole, right?
Yes, yes.
That's incredible.
There's one more performance I have to experience. This event welcomes all attendees who know Thyagaraja's 5 greatest compositions to join on stage and perform together. Remember, this music is all performed by memory, and these songs are staples in the Indian classical music genre. Cleveland is a destination full of diversity, art, and soul. I will be carrying these beautiful memories in my heart throughout my travels, and I look forward to the next festival we find. You can visit findingfestivals.com to learn more about the series, get updates through the digital newsletter, and connect with me on social media where you can access more content on festival fun.
And I'm the George P. Bickford Curator of Indian and Southeast Asian Art at the Cleveland Museum of Art.
That's a long title. Is your business card extra long? Because
it's pretty full up, that's true.
Girl, you deserve every consonant. Like, work it. Well, I don't know which one to pick. I'm gonna try mango mochi. Squishy. Ooh, this one's pretty.
Come over here.
Wait, no. Okay. I can't see my hair. I don't know what it looks like. It just feels good.
Good?
Yeah. I'll try to walk perfectly, so we only have to do it once. I picked this one because it was green.